Honestly, at this point, I just want 2022 to be over, because what is it with all of this news and information that 2022 is bringing to us? I mean, not the good ones though. Things that have, Marcus Rashford having to say rest easy king, Arsenal coming to say we are truly saddened to hear the news of your passing. As a club, we had the privilege of hosting you. A memory we always cherish. I thought along with the entire football community with Pele's loved ones today. Yes, yes, yes. Legend, icon, true great of the game who will forever be remembered, as sadly passed on peacefully according to his family members at the age of 82 after losing his battle to cancer. Yes, Pele is the only player in history to win 3 World Cups. He passed away at the Albert Einstein Hospital in Sao Paulo following a battle with cancer. This man won his first World Cup in 1958 at the age of 17, and in that particular game, he scored twice in the finals to defeat Sweden, who was the host of the 1958 World Cup. Yes, yes, yes. It is actually really sad. It's a sad time in the football family, or how should I call it now? Is regarded as a legend. Is one of the greatest to have done this football thingy. We say Messi is a GOAT and all that, the greatest player of all time. And then there is this man who was originally born Edson Arantes do Nascimento. I'm sure I butchered his real name, but everybody knows him as Pele. His family, while announcing his passing, said inspiration and love marked the journey of King Pele, who peacefully passed away today. Love, love, and love forever. This was actually not posted in English, but that is basically the translation of how the family, announced the death of King. I mean, actually, I think that is what we should refer him to as. He was a former striker, and he's the only player in history to win 3 World Cups. And that was how they announced him. Pele, who is Brazil's joint all-time top scorer with 77 goals in 92 matches, became an icon of the game after winning the World Cup in 1958 as a 17-year-old. Remember that I mentioned that. He won the World Cups in 1958, 1962, and 1970. Injury actually restricted his contribution to Brazil's triumph in 1962 in Chile, but he was player of the tournament 8 years later, as Brazil assembled one of the greatest sides of all time and lifted the Jules Rimet Trophy in Mexico, thanks to a 4-1 win over Italy, in which Pele scored the opening goal. That goal makes him one of only 5 players to have scored in 2 World Cup finals, and thanks to his exploits in 1958, he remains, even at his passing, the youngest player to have netted a goal at the World Cup tournament. In total, Pele scored 12 goals in 14 World Cup appearances, and also provided 10 assists, the most by any player in the history of the competition, and a reminder that he was much more than a goal scorer. It was a spectacular scoring feat, though, that made him a Santos legend at club level. He holds his hometown side's all-time goal record and helped them to win 2 Copa titles and 6 Brazilian league crowns during a glittering 18-year spell with the club. He scored 1,281 goals in 1,363 games for club and country total during his career. And he ended his playing games at New York Cosmos, and then he retired from football in 1977. After retiring, Pele acted as an ambassador for football. In 2013, he was awarded the Ballon d'Or prize. I don't know how to pronounce this. Honor in recognition of his career and achievement. And in 2020, he was named Ballon d'Or Dream Team, a greatest of all time X high. That is 6. Now, a lot of persons have had things to say concerning the passing of this icon. Sky Sports football commentator Martin Tyler has said that, for me, he's the greatest player of all time. One of my early jobs outside of television was to put the English voice on a VHS, and it was in those days of his Brazil career and his 1,000 goals. If I had any doubt how good he was, that video proved it. It was a privilege to do that and pay tribute to a man who could do so much more than score goals. He will always be remembered for his ability to score amazing goals in terrible conditions on bumpy pitches. When players had more license to use all means to stop him, he was irresistible. Undoubtedly, for me, he will always be the greatest, and in the football world, he is immortal. Sports teams and different, this thing have paid tribute to this man. Santos FC says eternal. Gary Linker says Pele has died, the most divine of footballers and joyous of men. He played a game only a few chosen ones have come close to. 3 times he lifted the most coveted gold trophy in that beautiful yellow shirt. He may have left us, but he will always have footballing immortality. R.I.P. A lot of persons are just saying different things concerning this great man. People saying rest easy. They are really sad. In Manchester United says rest in peace. Thank you for the joy you brought to football fans around the world. Liverpool FC says a legend, icon, and true great of the game who will forever be remembered. Manchester City says Manchester City are saddened to learn of the passing of Brazil legend, one of all-time greats who did so much for the football game, for the beautiful game. May he rest in peace. Aston Villa says one of the greatest. People are just calling him the greatest and one of the best to have actually ever done this. And of course, from our own hand here, it is rest in peace there, champion, rest in peace, icon, rest in peace, legend. That is how we can only, what we can only refer to him as. And it's just sad though. In the comment section, you can drop your condolences, drop your messages. Let me know how this man has inspired you. He won the World Cup at the age of 17. We are here saying the, we are talking about Kylian Mbappe and him, winning the World Cup at such a tender age. And meanwhile, this great man has done it back in the 1950s, actually, at just the age of 17, scoring 2 goals and basically carrying the game on his back. And we pray that God gives his family the fortitude to bear this irreparable damage, because while the football world might be immortalizing Pele, his family and those that he is dear to cannot or may not be able to get over this loss. Yeah, football legend has died at the age of 82. In the comment section, let me know what you think. Like this video, share people around you. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, guys, take care of yourselves and bye-bye.